Build a Bronco got started with Sean and Jim and I basically just as a dream. We're sitting around one evening and decided, I wonder if we can ever do this as a business and make it happen. And it's finding out that we're building them all over the United States. I would say 95% of the ones we build are just for third vehicle to drive around, a very classy vehicle. They will draw attention in any venue that you go to. And you can drive them anywhere to a county fair, or you can go to a black tie event and people will look and say, wow, that is a cool Bronco. They will probably be the top vehicle there that people are looking at, so they're neat. Here at Build a Bronco, we have something that is so exciting, it's just a joy to come to work and do. We have wonderful people that work here, and we enjoy every day, every minute of what we're doing. Now I think we have a little over 7,000 feet of area that we use, and it's turned out now it's full of Broncos and frames and parts and merchandise. It's just gone crazy. We've been very fortunate. Sometimes we're 10 to 13 employees that we have here.
Biggest difference between Build a Bronco and any other company like this is the amount of product we can put out. We average 4 Broncos a month. Most of the other shops do 1 or 2 a year.
Forward.
I think here we pride ourselves on, our attention to detail, definitely, but still being able for a customer to afford the Bronco. We could build a Bronco in anyone's price range.
We build the highest quality trucks. We're a very family-oriented business. Safety is #1. Brakes, seat belts, all that stuff is important.
Our website, you can basically pick out all the options of the Bronco. Not every option, but the basic options of your Bronco being built, where you'd start at body color, suspension, seats, interior, drivetrain, engine, transmission. And basically that gives us a guideline what it's gonna take to build a Bronco for you.
They're not a kit car like, something that you would buy and it's a fiberglass body and you put it together and it's not a true Bronco. This will actually be a 66 to 77 Bronco, and that's how it's titled. When you start your build process, you don't need to bring us the Bronco here. Now we have 8 of them in stock of starter vehicles. To find a Bronco that is going to look like the finished product we have is virtually impossible. So what we will do is bring them back, take the bodies right off the frame, and we have a rotisserie that they go on. So you can turn it upside down and round, and any of the parts that are bad, if it's soft, we cut it out, they come, you put the new one in, you weld it all in, and when it's done, it looks just like what it did when it left Ford's assembly line, 40-some years ago. On the process, when it starts to get going, you're pretty much starting with a frame. You've got to decide what you want. You can do what we call body off frame builds, which you're starting with a bare frame. There's nothing at all on it. The frame has been sandblasted. Then you decide what you want for suspension, because all the suspension parts are put on there so it can all be welded up, and then you take and paint it or powder coat it or whatever, so when you get it back, everything is all protected, all the holes and stuff that we've drilled, they're all either coated, painted. It's basically like starting with a brand new, clean canvas. You decide what you want, we do the frame, and you're done with the frame stuff. One of the other steps when you're building your Bronco process, you have to pick out axles and your suspension, of course. Say we're gonna build a Bronco for a client that wants to go rock climbing or do mud bogging and stuff. Chances are they're not gonna want a Dana 30 because it's not quite as strong as what the 44 is. The rear axle, they were all Ford 9-inch from the 66 to 77. So it's a Ford 9-inch and it has drum brakes. Now you can aftermarketly add disc brakes to them if you want to. Again, that's one of the endless options that we have here in your axle. And that kind of turns into what suspension you're gonna put on it, because the springs and stuff go right on your axles, and which again rolls into shocks. They're hydraulic shocks, gas shocks, and you match that to your lift kit. Once you get that done, your suspension's done, your drivetrain's done, and we're ready to move on to the next step. One of the next steps in your Bronco building process is rims and tires. When you put them on your Bronco, it changes the whole look of it. We try to really spend time with the client in picking out not only the correct size wheel and tire for the Bronco to make it look good, but the right color. A lot of times the tires and wheels they thought they were gonna put on it that they loved, when they see them on it, they don't like them. Or they'll see something else when we hold them there, that's it. Because that will personalize the vehicle to you, the wheels and tires. Things that people like to pick out are engines and their transmission choices in their Bronco. The possibilities when we are building one are endless. We've put little 4 cylinders in them, you can put a diesel engine in them, or you can take and modify any of the 289s, the 302s, the 351s. We haven't found anything yet that they won't accept. Once you pick out your engine, gas, diesel, whatever you might have picked out, then you've got to decide if you want a carburetor. You can go fuel injection, you can put nitrous on them. And once you pick out your engine, then you have transmission to go with it. So deciding if you want an automatic or if you want a transmission that you shift. All the new cars now, of course, have overdrive. So that's what everybody wants, is overdrive. Have one Bronco that we're doing now, the whole thing is electronic. Everything is done by computer. So again, the possibilities are endless. It's all in what you want. All right, now you've got your suspension all picked out and your engine, transmission. Well, you have to have somewhere to sit. So we're going to go to the interior. Interiors in them are endless. So the stock bucket seats are probably most what we use just because they're cool. They're retro to the vehicle. They look like they should belong in there. The next option is there's an endless supply of aftermarket ones. So a lot of people opt to go with some really cool, front bucket seats and either go with the stock back bucket or they make a flip and fold, they call it. That just gives you more room. It's kind of what more of the newer cars have. So that's your seating. And then on the bottom side of it, a lot of people, they don't want to have to vacuum it out every time. So they, like the truck bed coatings that you've seen, the Rhino lining, Line X, we spray the whole thing with this material. So you got a day back at the beach, you come back, just blow it off with water. It makes it very easy to clean. So you can go with carpet, you can go with the Rhino line, and again, possibilities are endless. You can go into door panels that are multicolored or just pure stainless. We have 4 or 5 different options just in roll cages. Stereos are another thing. Some people just want 2 little speakers, or you go with like my son Bryce's and he has 12, in the thing.
I like the sound system in it because it's just sweet. And then it has LED lights in the back, which you can flip from red, white, and green.
We custom build them here, so you can make anything you want. It's all about what the client wants, and it's all about making it personal to what they want. We live and die by our reputation. With internet access and everything else these days, we're able to sell these all over the country. So if we don't build a quality product, we're not going to be around. So everything that we do has to be top quality because we're putting our sticker on the front of it. So it says Build a Bronco on it. And when you see that coming down the road, you're going to understand it. And if you stop and talk to these people, they're going to tell you where they got it from. So everything that we do here at Build a Bronco is top quality, just how the client wants it. It's not how we like it. We make it how the client wants it.
We take a huge pride in customer service. It's nothing for me, Sean, or Brian to spend 2 hours on the phone with somebody explaining them how to change their brakes. If their Bronco doesn't start, this is what to look for.
We do everything we can to keep the customer happy, whether it be sending pictures, emails, as their build is progressing, videos. We go above and beyond to make our customers happy.
Build a Bronco, this is Brian. BuildABronco.com. We're so fortunate to be able to come to work every day and do something that we enjoy. Every minute of the day is enjoyable, and we're able to build something that is enjoyable for the client to have. And we really hope we can build a Bronco for you.